There is an island in the Indian Ocean that explorers kept discovering, and then quietly abandoning. Not because it was too remote, not because it lacked resources, but because the people who tried to land there kept dying. Ships wrecked on its reefs. Expeditions vanished into its forests. Survivors reported arrows flying from the trees before they even reached the shore. For centuries, the explanation seemed simple: a hostile tribe defending their territory. But modern science eventually uncovered something far stranger, because the reason this island was so deadly may have been hidden in human DNA all along. North Sentinel Island is small, just 60 square kilometers of dense jungle rising out of the Bay of Bengal. From satellite images, it looks peaceful, with white beaches, turquoise water, and thick green forest. But every approach ends the same way. Outsiders appear on the horizon, and within minutes, figures emerge from the tree line carrying bows. The Sentinelese don't negotiate, they don't trade, and they don't allow visitors. For centuries, that reputation turned the island into one of the most mysterious places on Earth. But the real mystery wasn't just why they defended it so fiercely, it was why they had to. Because what scientists eventually discovered suggests the island wasn't just protecting its inhabitants, it may have been protecting the rest of us. In 1771, a British survey ship drifted off the reefs of an unnamed island in the Bay of Bengal. Night fell. From the deck, surveyors watched the shoreline. A multitude of small lights flickered along the western edge, campfires burning steady in the darkness. No voices carried across the water. No movement broke the line between forest and sand. The crew made no attempt to land. They recorded the sighting in their log. Lights on an island, ringed by coral, unapproachable. The island measured about 59 square kilometers, a patch of green lost in the blue. The ship sailed on, leaving the fires behind. But the record remained, a silent note that even then someone lived here. Someone who watched the sea and did not invite company. In May 1867, the British merchant ship Nineveh struck the coral reef north of the island. 86 men scrambled ashore, battered by the surf, stranded on a strip of sand. For 2 days, nothing. Then, from the forest, figures emerged, bows drawn, arrows nocked. The first shafts fell among the castaways, forcing them to crouch behind driftwood and wreckage. When the Royal Navy ship HMS Rattlesnake arrived to rescue the survivors, the sailors faced a barrage of arrows and shouts from the tree line. The rescue party withdrew under fire. No parley, no offer of help, just a clear warning. Outsiders were not welcome. The Nineveh's ordeal was entered into Lloyd's list and the Admiralty log. The message was unmistakable. This was not a passive island lost to time. Its people defended their world with force, and the price of trespass was blood. In 1880, a British officer named Maurice Vidal Portman landed on North Sentinel with a plan: take 6 islanders, study them, and return with answers. 2 adults died within days in Port Blair, fever burning through their bodies faster than any arrow. The children survived. Portman sent them home, but the damage was done. The island's silence grew heavier, the hostility sharper. 16 years later, an escaped convict from the penal colony vanished after reaching the island. Only rumors and a body marked by arrows washed back to the mainland. In 2018, John Allen Chow tried to bring the Bible to the Sentinelese. He was met on the beach by a volley of spears. His body was recovered, lifeless, by the authorities. From Portman's fever-ridden captives to Chow's fatal trespass, every outsider who forced entry paid with their life. The pattern is unbroken. Contact brings death, not just for the trespasser, but for the island itself. The island's silence hides a secret older than any colonial chart or missionary log. While outsiders saw only arrows and vanished men, geneticists saw a living time capsule. But there is no Sentinelese blood in any database. Indian law forbids it, and no scientist has ever crossed that line. Instead, the search for answers turned to the DNA of their neighbors, the Onge, the Jarawa, and the Great Andamans. Deep inside their genomes, researchers found the signature of a journey begun more than 40,000 years ago. They found mitochondrial haplogroup M31, a rare marker, and a drift component so ancient that it splits from the rest of Eurasia before the last ice age. Coalescent models and linkage disequilibrium estimates point to a coastal migration, a wave of modern humans who walked out of Africa and skirted the Indian Ocean shore. The Sentinelese stand at the end of that wave, untouched, unadmixed, a genetic echo of the world's first explorers. No direct sample, no proof beyond inference, but the evidence is clear. This is not just a forbidden island, it is a living archive, where time stands still and the cost of contact is extinction. A line in the sea, invisible but absolute. Indian law draws at 5.6 kilometers from the shore, 3 nautical miles of forbidden water. No boats cross, no drones fly low. The Andaman and Nicobar protection of Aboriginal tribes. Regulation makes trespass a crime, punishable by fines and prison. Coast Guard patrols sweep the perimeter, watching for poachers, missionaries, or the curious. The world's most ancient outpost is guarded not just by coral reefs and arrows, but by a legal cordon backed by the state. Behind that line, the Sentinelese decide who lives and who dies. The exclusion zone isn't just a barrier. It's a shield against disease, against erasure, against the slow violence of curiosity. United Nations declarations on indigenous rights echo here, and the promise of self-determination. The law doesn't just protect a people, it preserves a lineage older than any nation, and a mystery the world has learned, finally, to leave alone. The real threat isn't violence, it's contact itself. One handshake could erase 40,000 years. Some mysteries survive not because we fail to solve them, but because we dare not try. What would you risk?